everybody, it's Tyler here at Score Signature, checking in 66954A Circuit Girls, and this is one of the most unique designs I've seen in high stakes so far, so we're very excited to showcase this robot. A lot of awards this year, by the way, including an Excellence Award, and I know I picked up an award also at Haunted just a little bit ago as well too, so congratulations on all your success you've had so far. But you got to take a look. A lot of cool linear slides going on here, linear elevators here, from their wall stick mech to their intake as well too, which is definitely unique and really cool for that. We'll be breaking down a few other attributes and aspects of this robot, how it all came together, and some changes they made too. Let's learn more about this team coming up here on Pits and Parts. Sierra, we got to talk about the star and what really drew me to this robot as well too. You got this awesome linear elevator going on here in order to score on wall stakes. What made you want to come up with this design? It's been working great, so just break it down more for me.
So basically, there's 3 levels of stakes that you have to score on for this game. So instead of making separate mechanisms for each like a lot of teams do, we just had one that can raise to the level of each individual stake. We have one for mobile, we have one for alliance, and we have one for the wall stakes. And each of those can be accessed with just one click of a button. And we also use the same mechanism to hang.
So earlier we were talking, this is a bit of a rebuild from a little bit ago. What did you have before, and what made you, or where was the inspiration to kind of create something like this?
So the main change between before and this new rebuild, we added more length on these to sort of stabilize it at the bottom. So we could actually now go further even than the highest stake. And that just lets it so it's not shaking at all. And it doesn't, kind of tip over or wobble at the top.
So this has kind of some inspiration, I think, behind a potential like going for the high stake or something like that. Is that something your team has considered or thought about?
You mean like the high stake at the very top?
Yep.
Yes, we have. That's why we're working on the 3-tier hang currently, by using a sort of layered system with another sort of stiff beam that doesn't move, with a hook that flaps down, along with these would be moved over to this side, and that's in development. So if we make it to Worlds, that will happen, hopefully.
I look forward to seeing that. Brielle, Sierra mentioned a little bit before, but you do have this hang that's on here as well too. So talk to me more about, you're utilizing this in skills, so just talk to me a little bit more how that process works.
Yeah, so our hang is actually built off of our already built system of an elevator. So you can see here we have these these hang bars, which we currently use for the low level hang. Of course, we do plan to, as Sierra said, move them over here and use them for our tier 3 hang. So, hold on, let me put this down. So, Sierra has, do you have the beam? Okay, there it is. Do you mind showing it? So, for in skills is where we really use our hang more than teamwork at the moment. So, basically, right on our clamp, we have a beam here that connects to this gear, and it kind of latches underneath this beam right here, and that basically kind of stops our hang, so then we're able to go up levels. That's pretty much all we have for our hang. As Sierra said, we do have a tier 3 hang in development, so yeah.
Pretty big. I think one of the cool things too, we mentioned, this elevator here, but you're also rocking this type of linear slide in your intake as well too, which I think is really cool. It's something I've definitely not seen from teams on there. So walk me through a bit more. How did you come up with this design? How it's been working out for you?
Okay, so first, before we use linear slide gears, we kind of just cut a slit between 2 of the holes so that this piece would just go up and down, and when the rings come in, it pushes in and it goes up like that, and it provides a really nice grip for the rings, and it makes our intake much faster. And so between the slit that we used to have, we had like a little like beam sort of thing going on, but that didn't work with our time schedule. So we switched to this, and we realized that the slit that we had, it was actually really wobbly, and it slowed down the process of the intake a lot. So we went to these linear slide gears, and it's a lot more structured, it's a lot better, and it's much, much faster than it was before.
And Nadine as well too, we were talking earlier that you have the polycarb on this, but you have a really interesting story on how you bent the polycarb. I'd love to hear more about that.
Yes, so because we're a home-based team, we don't have all the resources and the materials like fancy heat guns or laser cutters. So we had to bend this ramp so the ring can actually go through the intake, get up, and get on the hooks instead of it just going flat and inside of the robot. So we decided to make a ramp, and originally we had it straight, but obviously that didn't work out. So we realized that we needed to have a bend. And because obviously we don't have all the materials and resources, we used a toaster oven and a rolling pin to actually get this bend in. And we had a couple other ramps. This is probably our third or fourth one, maybe. A lot of trial and error, but it ended up working great. And yeah.
I was going to ask you, did you do it on the first try or not? But it took a few
No.
times,
Yeah.
right? I love it. The ingenuity, I think, is great on something like that, and utilizing the resources you have, I think, is all part of the engineering challenge of what high stakes is as well, too. This is such a cool robot, by the way. Thank you for taking the time to showcase more about this. This is definitely one of the most creative robots I have seen in high stakes so far, so we wish you best of luck, of course, here at the Signature event at Score and throughout the rest of your season as well, too. Thanks a lot for taking the time.
Thank you so much.